Okay, so when you hear the name Frankenstein, what do you picture? Probably a big green monster with bolts in his neck, right? We all do. But Mary Shelley's original novel from way back in 1818, wow, it is so much darker and way more tragic than the movies ever let on. So today, we're going to look past the pop culture image and really deconstruct the complex, beating heart of this incredible story.
And to do that, we are going to frame this entire explainer around one single question. It's a question that honestly messes with everything you think you know about good and evil. Who is the real monster here? Just keep that question in the back of your mind as we go through this. So, to even begin to answer that, we can't start with the monster. Nope, we have to start with the creator. Because this isn't just a monster story. It's the story of a brilliant, driven, and, well, a tragic young man who decided he was going to play God.
So let's meet Victor Frankenstein. And look, he is not some cackling villain in a creepy castle. He actually comes from a great background. He's got a loving family, he's wealthy, a pretty perfect childhood, all things considered. But he has this one burning obsession. He needs to uncover the secret of life itself.
And that obsession? It gets dark, fast. In his own words, he's chasing nature to her hiding places. He's gathering bones from charnel houses. We're talking morgues and graveyards here. This isn't some clean, sterile science experiment. This is a frantic, all-consuming mission, and he's blowing past every ethical line you can imagine.
And then he does it. He actually succeeds. He makes the impossible possible. But the second his creation opens its watery yellow eyes, Victor doesn't feel pride. He feels absolute horror. He is so disgusted by what he's made. So what does he do? He runs. He created life, and in the very next moment, he abandons it, leaving this newborn being completely and utterly alone.
Okay, but Victor's story, that's only half of it. Because now, the whole perspective of the book shifts. We get to hear from the creature himself, and this is where the story stops being just a horror story and turns into a deep, profound tragedy.
And this quote right here from the creature's own mouth really says it all. I was benevolent and good. Misery made me a fiend. Think about that. He's telling us, I wasn't born this way. I was born good. The world's cruelty, that's what turned me into a monster.
And he wasn't some mindless beast. Not at all. While he's hiding out in a little shed, he secretly watches this family, the de Lacys, and he educates himself. He learns to speak, to read, he learns about history. But more than that, he learns about love and kindness. He actually feels for this family and even helps them in secret, leaving them firewood at night. He just wants to belong. But when he finally gets the courage to reveal himself, they react with pure terror and violence. And his one hope for connection is just shattered.
So after all that rejection and pain, you know what he asks the victor? It's not revenge. It's actually shockingly reasonable. He says, you have to make a companion for me. Just one other person like him, so he won't be so devastatingly alone. He promises they'll disappear into the wilderness and never bother humanity again.
At first, Victor actually agrees, but he doesn't follow through. And his failure to keep this one promise is what kicks off the final, absolutely devastating part of the story, this deadly cycle of revenge where the creator and his creation become locked in this downward spiral, determined to destroy each other. You see, as he's working on the second creature, Victor just gets paralyzed by fear. His mind starts racing. What if she hates him? What if she's even more violent? Oh my God, what if they have children and create a whole new race of monsters? And in this total moment of panic, while the first creature is literally watching through the window, Victor tears the female companion to pieces. He breaks his promise. And right there, he seals both of their fates.
The creature's response is just bone-chilling. It's one of the most famous threats in all of literature. He doesn't yell, he doesn't attack, he just calmly delivers this cold, calculated promise. Now, Victor thinks he means he's going to kill him, but the creature's revenge is going to be so much crueler than that.
And so the body count begins. The creature starts to systematically take away everyone Victor loves. His little brother, his best friend, his new wife. And for every single person Victor loses, it's a dark mirror of the one profound thing he took from his creation. Any chance at all for companionship in a world that hated him.
This horrifying cat-and-mouse game across the globe can really only end one way. It leads both of them to the very ends of the earth, and it leaves us with the book's powerful and truly timeless warning.
The final chase takes them to the Arctic, to this vast, empty, frozen wasteland, which is kind of the perfect metaphor for the isolation they both feel, right? And it's here, on a ship that's trapped in the ice, that a dying Victor finally tells his whole, unbelievable story to an explorer who happens to find him.
After Victor dies, the creature appears one last time. And what does he do? He weeps over the body of the man who made him and then hated him. His final words aren't triumphant. They're filled with grief and regret. He's mourning the man who gave him life only to immediately sentence him to a lifetime of misery.
So in the end, Frankenstein is a story that has stuck around for over 200 years because it is so much more than a monster story. It's this incredible warning about ambition without consequence. It's a deep dive into what a creator owes their creation, and it's a heartbreaking look at what prejudice and fear can do to a person and what it costs all of us.
Which of course brings us all the way back to where we started. Who is the real monster? The 8-foot-tall creature made from dead body parts who learned how to love and was taught how to hate? Or the brilliant scientist who, out of his own fear and pride, refused to give his own creation even a shred of compassion?
I think I'll just let you chew on that one.